This just in. Have you ever outsourced a quick marketing email to ChatGPT only to realize a week later that you can no longer string a coherent sentence together without consulting a hallucinating robot? You probably assume you were just feeling a little burned out, but science has just confirmed your worst nightmare. The machine is actively making you stupid. According to a terrifying new study published in Futurism, researchers have found the first casual evidence that leaning on artificial intelligence to assist with cognitive labor rapidly impairs your intellectual ability and completely destroys your willingness to persist through difficult problems. As a StoryBrand certified guide, I spend my life teaching business owners how to be the ultimate empathetic guide for their customers. But you cannot be an expert guide if your brain is actively atrophying from a lack of use. Before you ask a chatbot to generate another generic About Us page, we need to look at the devastating boiling frog effect AI is having on your cognitive muscles, and why preserving your undeniable human intellect is the only way to survive a digital landscape drowning in automated slop. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Vicky Sidler, a StoryBrand certified guide and duct tape marketing strategist from the Strategic Marketing Tribe. And I help small business owners like you build failure-proof marketing by focusing on the exact 20% of effort that drives 80% of the results. All so that your marketing stops feeling like a miserable second job you never asked for. I believe your absolute greatest competitive advantage is simply sounding undeniably human. And your greatest currency is basic trust. Because, let's be honest, if you are using a chatbot to do your heavy mental lifting, you are actively destroying your ability to understand your own customers. You must establish secure, undeniable authority. So download my 5-minute marketing fix to craft a powerful StoryBrand one-liner that instantly communicates your value so you don't have to rely on a mind-numbing algorithm to write your messaging. Okay, now with all of that out of the way, why is the robot actively making you lazy? Well, Silicon Valley desperately wants you to believe that artificial intelligence is a futuristic bicycle for the mind. But the brutal scientific reality is that it is rapidly turning your brain into mush. The Futurism article details a study where researchers asked hundreds of participants to complete simple math and reading comprehension tests. Half were given access to a chatbot built on OpenAI's ChatGPT 5, and the other half were left to fend for themselves. Initially, the AI group breezed through the questions, but halfway through, the researchers abruptly pulled the plug on the AI. The results were catastrophic. The moment the AI was taken away, the participants' ability to work through problems completely collapsed. But it wasn't just that they gave the wrong answers. As computational cognitive scientist Ratchet Dubey noted, they are also not willing to try without AI. The machine didn't just hand them the answers, it completely stole their mental endurance. When you outsource your thinking to a corporate algorithm, you instantly lose the grit required to actually solve your own business problems. So that brings us to the question, what is the boiling frog marketing trap? You probably think using an AI to draft a quick LinkedIn post is a harmless efficiency hack, but you are completely ignoring the catastrophic compound interest of your own intellectual laziness. The researchers explicitly warn that offloading cognitive tasks to AI tools puts humanity in a boiling frog conundrum. Each time you let a robot write an email or brainstorm a strategy, the choice feels entirely costless. But beneath the surface, your cognitive muscles are slowly eroding. The motivation and persistence that drive long-term learning are boiling away bit by bit. And by the time you actually notice that you can no longer articulate your own brand's value proposition without logging into ChatGPT, the damage will be almost impossible to reverse. This isn't just an academic problem. It is a fatal business flaw. The economy is currently flooded with lazy founders who have boiled away their own creativity, replacing it with the same generic, sycophantic corporate jargon that every other AI generates. So how do you protect your story brand authority? If your entire marketing strategy relies on an algorithm doing the heavy lifting, you have successfully guaranteed that your brand will sound like every other piece of automated, soulless garbage on the internet. The absolute core of the StoryBrand framework is that your customer is the hero, and they are desperately seeking a safe, highly competent guide. To be the ultimate StoryBrand expert in your niche, you must demonstrate undeniable empathy and authority. Empathy requires you to understand your customer's pain points. Authority requires you to possess the hard-earned expertise to solve them. You cannot outsource either of those things to a predictive text engine. If you avoid the hard work of thinking, your marketing will instantly fail the authenticity test. You must refuse to play Silicon Valley's mind-numbing games. The businesses that survive this coming wave of AI-generated garbage will be the ones that do the hard, mental, heavy lifting required to be fiercely, undeniably human. You need an urgent, necessary weapon to protect your intellect. So get my 5-minute marketing fix. It acts as a rapid diagnostic tool to help you use your actual human brain to craft a crystal clear StoryBrand one-liner, giving you an undeniable brand message that actually converts. Stop losing sales. Download the fix now. You can get it for free in the description below, or you can go to strategicmarketingtribe.com/fix. But what about you? Have you noticed your own brain turning to mush since the AI boom started? I'll go first. Over the weekend, I was writing a congratulatory card to a family member who's about to get married. I actually considered dropping the text into Gemini to make it sound more heartfelt. I caught myself and physically shoved my phone away. The robot was trying to automate my relationships. Okay, your turn. What's the most embarrassingly simple task you've tried to outsource to an AI? Let me know in the comments. I'm Vicky Sidler from the Strategic Marketing Tribe, and I post helpful news updates for small businesses every day.